everybody today?
Good.
Good. Well, I think the most important thing about a week like this is we got to have grit to keep doing the things that you need to do until you get it done. Focus on things that focus on the longest. You usually will be the strongest at, and the thing that we need to focus on right now is improvement. There's errors that we continue to make in games that are correctable things that would be very beneficial to us that we need to eliminate, and hopefully we do that by repetitions. And I always tell the players, you don't do something until you get it right. You do it and do it and do it until you can't get it wrong. So, and some of it is focus, some of it is discipline, some of it is attention to detail. But just like, we had 8 penalties in the game that were false starts, offsides on defense, unforced errors, I call them, and things that we need to do a better job of having a little more discipline and attention to detail so that, we don't help the other team. I think that, the key thing for us, right now is you can't fall in love with what you've done. You got to focus on the future and the challenges you have. There's nothing that you've done in the past that's going to help you in the future other than the experience that you got, the learning experiences that you got to help you try to get better. But practice was good today. I was happy with the players in terms of what they were able to do, and it's great that Jonathan Allen is recognized, and we'd like to congratulate him as SEC Player of the Week and the NARIC National Player of the Week, Locke Trophy Player of the Week. Had a great game, did some great things, and certainly contributed to the team's success. Eddie's surgery went really, really well. He should have no future problems. Very similar to the surgery that he had before a few years ago, which he came back and played on now for 2 years and had no problems with. These are not related injuries, but he's going to be fine, and this will not affect his future in any way, shape, or form. So, we're going to practice the next 2 days, and we'll give the players a couple days off for the weekend, and kind of go from there.
Okay, we'll start here with Aaron.
How would you assess Bradley Bozeman's play this year on the interior of the offensive line?
Bradley's done a really good job for us, and I think he's gotten more and more confident making calls and getting us to block the right guys. Good understanding of who we need to block up front and what we need to do, and I think he's done a very efficient job for us all year long. So we're really pleased with the job that he's done.
Left side with Rayner.
How did the Blake Sims thing come about last week, and how has your understanding of NCAA rules and firm understanding helped give you advantage over the years?
Well, Blake just got released, so he was looking for some place to work so that he had a chance to get better. And based on our situation at quarterback and the kind of guy that we were playing against, it was really convenient to have him, here to help us last week. We try to stay on top of the rules. We have people in our administration who do a good job of letting us know what we can and can't do, and we would never do something like that unless we got it approved by the SEC office, which we did, and the NCAA. So, and I think it was helpful to Blake.
Come back over here with Andy.
Coach, you've evolved this defense over the years, personnel and scheme-wise, to deal with the up-tempo offenses that spread you out. How do you stay sound when you play an LSU-type team that will go 2 backs and a tight end and run straight at you?
Well, that's one of the things that we're going to have to do a good job of, because we probably don't have as many big guys as we had in the past, because we were built in the past for teams like LSU, who are I formation, run downhill, very physical offensive line. So we're going to have to do a really good job with our guys up front. I think we've got some guys that can hang in there and play, that type of game. Some of them played last year, but it'll be a challenge for us. But I think it all starts with the interior people holding the point, and linebackers doing a good job of reading the plays. You got to do a good job of tackling, and you got to really play good team defense when you play against a team like LSU, who's very, very good at running the ball and got two great backs, really. So this will be a challenge for us. But last year we had enough guys that we had enough speed that we could play the spread teams, and we had enough big guys that we could do the other thing. This year we don't have quite as much depth in that regard, but I still think we got guys that can play it.
Come back over here to Tony.
Coach, we talked with Avery Johnson earlier today, and he said that you had a lot of meetings together where you gave him advice and he gave you advice. What are some of the advice that you gave him, and then what are some of the things that you've learned off of him?
Well, one of the things that I told him when he came here, that regardless of the fact that he played 13 years in the league at point guard, that if he wanted to play noontime basketball with us, he was going to have to move over to two guard and play off the ball because I was the point guard. That's the first lesson he had to learn. And he was good about it. But no, Avery's been great, man. He's really been helpful to us. He's been a great addition to the community. We talk a lot philosophically about players. He's used some of the programs that we've used that have helped our players make better choices and decisions. He's very open to sharing his ideas and thoughts on what has helped him be successful, because he has some great experience. And you know, we've tried to do the same thing to help him. Now, whether we have or not, I can't tell you that, but having a good relationship with the basketball coach, I think is really helpful. It's probably the most recognized program here, and we want it to be successful, and we want him to be successful, and we want the women's basketball program to be successful. We want all the programs to be successful, and we try to help them all, but you know, Avery's a special guy, and hopefully he can get things going here, and I think he's doing a great job.
Come back over here with Michael.
When you guys do self-scout this week, what are the areas you see as the most needed for improvement moving forward for the last month?
Well, I think that you know, there's specific things that we look at, whether it's how we play the run statistically against a certain front, how we play coverage statistically versus, you know, certain formations, what our efficiency is in the red zone, what our efficiency is on offense in the red zone. You know, you can take just about everything that you have and you break it down and look at it and try to figure out how you can improve it, how you can coach it better. I think that one of the things that we have as a goal this week is to try to work hard on the passing game, be a little bit more efficient, getting the ball to our explosive guys down the field, which to me is not just about the quarterback. You know, it's about the protection, it's about the route runners, it's about quarterback reads, it's about timing, it's about a lot of things that you know, need to come together. So, but we analyze every running play that we have. What's our average? What's our efficiency? There's a difference between average and efficiency, because if you have 175-yard play and then, you know, 10 zero plays, it's not very good efficiency, but it's still pretty good average. So, you know, we kind of break it down both ways and see if it's something that we're coaching that we need to do better, or how can we do what we're doing in a better way.
Up in front here with Mark.
Yeah, we got to see Mika Fitzpatrick working with the safety group a little bit out there. Is that a permanent move, and what can he bring to that position?
You know, we're trying to get the best combination of players on the field that we can in every personnel group that we play. So we'll do a little experimenting this week, and probably after this week we'll decide, you know, what the best way for us to go.
We'll go over here with Alex.
Nick, you've gotten a lot of praise, especially the last several weeks nationally, for evolving as a coach and kind of accepting other offenses, maybe another part of the game. How much do you think that's a reality? Do you think you've kind of evolved as a coach over the years and loosened up a little bit, or how do you feel like?
Well, I never thought I was a conservative coach to start with, and you know, this is not something that we just did this year. We did a lot of the stuff that we're doing now when Blake Sims was the quarterback. It was very effective, and I think we had the best offense in the history of the school. And I think what we try to do, I think what Lane tries to do, what I try to do, what we all philosophically try to do is what can our players do the best? And when you start with the quarterback, I think that's the most important guy in terms of what he can do best. And I think if there's anything that we've done fairly well, whether it was with Jalen this year, Jake last year, Blake the year before, AJ when he was here, Greg McElroy when he was here, we've always done a pretty good job of what that guy can do and trying to feature the good players that we have around him. And hopefully those things match up. You know, we feel like we've got some really explosive receivers that we'd like to get more involved in what's going on and make some explosive plays, and that's something that I think we need to work on more. But you know, we're controlling the ball. We're doing a pretty good job, and I think we're doing what our players can do. But I think we need to do more in terms of getting other people involved.
Okay, two more, Chris Walsh and then Neil.
With everything that LSU's been through this year, including the coaching change, how much tougher does that make the preparation on your side?
Well, I mean, we're going to look at what they did prior to and after the coaching change, but we have a lot of respect for their players, their coaches, for Coach Ogeron and what he's done in the past and how they've played since he's been the coach, and they have played really, really well. So this is going to be a really tough game for us. They're probably playing as well as anybody in our league for sure right now. And you know, it's a little different style of game that we have to play against that we haven't played against a lot this year. So that in and of itself is a really difficult preparation. They are doing some things differently, but it's not really stuff that we have never seen before. But they have really good players. That's the biggest problem. They got really good receivers. Quarterback's playing well for them. They got two really, really good runners. Tight ends can block really well and are athletic, and they've got a good offensive line. And their defense is one of the best in our league. They're well coached, and you know, they play a new scheme on defense this year. That hadn't changed at all. So you know, it's a good team.
We'll wrap up with Neil.
Coach, you mentioned Jonathan Allen off the top. He's having obviously a great senior season, and you've coached two Heisman Trophy winners, and Jonathan's getting Heisman attention. Talk about his play and having coached some Heisman winners in the past. Does he have those same qualities, attributes as a player?
Well, he has a lot of great attributes as a player. And I think that he is going to be, if he continues to finish the year like he's played all year long, which has been fabulous for us, he'll get some national accolades. I think the Heisman Trophy is a very coveted award that, if you look at it through the years, has gone to, for whatever reasons, mostly skilled players. So sometimes linemen get a little bit left out or overlooked. I'm not saying that will or won't happen. I hope he does get considered, and I think he would be a great candidate for it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.